Hello and welcome to another edition of CBO Impacts. In this edition, we'll be talking about the pros and cons of influencer marketing. What is influencer marketing? What are the pros and cons, the advantages and disadvantages of using an influencer to boost your brand so you can make an informed decision while putting long-term into perspective? Let's go. Just to remind you, our aim in CBO Impacts is not to bamboozle you with jargons and technical terms. So we keep it as simple as possible because what is key is for you to understand and make an informed decision for your business in the long term. Okay, so what's influencer marketing? Simply put, influencer marketing is the leveraging of the loyalty and admiration that people have for a person, a figure, a celebrity to boost your brand and to market your products. Now, it's not just about the person, but about the admiration, the loyalty, and the trust people have invested on that person that you want to leverage by bringing that person on board to boost your brand, right? To project your brand as worth trusting the way they trust and admire the said celebrity or figure. Now, influencer marketing has proven to be potent in many areas of business over many years. Hence, many businesses, especially those who are starting off, tend to rely on influencer marketing to gain market share, to attract the attention of their target market, and make their brand competitive in the midst of numerous other brands out there who have been there before they came about. Now, what are the benefits of influencer marketing? One, influencer marketing can help you jumpstart. If you are a new business or you are sort of trying to gain ground, capture more market share, partnering with a notable person, someone who has credibility, loyalty of your target market, can prove to be worthwhile in boosting your brand and drawing the necessary attention that you need from your target market. Again, you are leveraging easily on an established brand because these influencers are brands of their own. You are leveraging on their brand to boost your own brand, and this can have long-term impact because as the influencer gains ground, expands their influence, expands their admiration, the attention, the admiration, the trust that the influencer gets can rub off on your business as well. Another benefit of influencer marketing is that it can boost your profit margin quickly. Many persons will be inclined to try out your products. Let's take for example that you are a tomato paste brand and you partner with a family-oriented influencer for your marketing campaigns. Now, you would get to have a lot of people who would want to try out the product. In the event of trying out the product, they are buying the product, right? The purchase of your product would increase over the time when you launched that marketing campaign with that family-oriented influencer. Now, which will lead me to the cons that your product has to also represent. There would not be any time where the presence of an influencer would cover up for bad or defective products. If, say, you are a tomato paste brand and you utilize an influencer to boost your brand for your marketing campaigns, and people are excited to try out the tomato paste, and in using it, it tastes bad, it's watery, the tomato paste did not meet up with expectation, what happens in that event? It doesn't matter how much they love the influencer, right? It doesn't matter how much they trust the influencer, they would not go for your product anymore. Hence, that is why you should understand this caveat that no amount of marketing takes the place of product quality. The purpose of marketing is to open doors, to gain market share. Now, when the people come, when you gain the market share, you retain them based off on product quality, customer relation, and consumer management. If your product is defective, it doesn't meet up with standards, it has defeated the purpose of using an influencer for your marketing campaigns. Now, another con of using an influencer for your marketing campaigns is that the reputation of the influencer converts to the reputation of your brand. Hence, if anything goes wrong with their reputation, the loyalty that people have for them, and their integrity, it goes to affect your brand. That is why you would hear stories of brands that sever themselves from a particular influencer, particular influencers, because of bad reputation or a scandal that happened with the influencer, because they understand that it could trickle down. Whatever scandal can trickle down and affect their business and affect their consumer loyalty. Because if consumers are mad at the influencer, it could affect your business. They'll be like, okay, let's boycott this business, let's boycott this brand. So that's why you have to vet the kind of person that you intend to use for your marketing campaigns. And that is what is key in this conversation. Don't just go with the flow. Ensure that you make calculated decisions looking at the long term. What are the risks of having to bring this person on board? And when you understand the risk, it will help you to make the decision whether to continue with that person or use somebody else. Okay, now I also want to point something out that is very critical. In a situation where you have an influencer who it's your brand ambassador you use for your marketing campaigns, but they actually don't use your product, do you know that that is actually damaging if it comes out? For instance, let's say you are a bank, let's say UBA, and the influencer is brought on board because he has a popular following and it's telling everybody UBA is the best bank in Africa and all of that, cutting even across Africa. However, the influencer doesn't have an account in UBA. If it comes out, you know how social media, you know how the populace is. They'll be wondering, how come you're representing a brand that you actually don't trust? Because subscribing to the brand means you actually trust the brand, not just to tell us to come on board when you are, several meters away from the actual products the brand offers. That's why you have to also be careful when you are getting someone on board. Let your product be such a product that the person will be willing to use, right? If you are bringing someone on board for a beauty brand, you're bringing someone on board for your products. Ensure the person also uses the product in real life. In case something happens, right? You don't know how far your business would go. Definitely you intend that your business goes as broad and wide as you every business owner would want it to go. Hence you have to think ahead and plot case scenarios, sit with your team and make informed decisions about having an influencer and what the influencer should do to also protect your brand. You have terms and conditions to help your business thrive. All right, thank you for sticking through to today's edition of CBO Impacts, and we hope that you had a great time and learning experience being with us thus far. And don't forget that CBO Impact is brought to you by CBO Creative Planet. We are your go-to creative agency for your video editing, podcast editing and production, graphic designing, book publishing services, brand management services. We are necessarily here to help your brand grow. To retain any of our services, just send us a direct message on any of our social media platforms. We are on 24/7 to hear from you and assist you in any way we can. Thank you for sticking through. I am Chideba Bila Ojuku, and this is CBO Impacts. Bye for now.